good morning. If there's one thing I haven't missed about being in England, is the fucking shit show, the shit storm that's going on. I'm not going to put my tinfoil hat on, but for anybody that's followed me in the last 6 or 7 years, you might call me a conspiracy theorist. But obviously I'm seeing glimpses of what's going on in the UK. Two-tier queer just been handed his notice, and you might say, no, he's resigned. No, he hasn't. He's been told it's his time to go by his handlers. And all that'll happen now is they'll put another puppet in. From what I can see online, it looks like they're already programming you to expect a guy called Andy Burnham being placed into position, not voted by the general public, being placed into position by his handlers from the World Economic Forum. And if you don't know what the World Economic Forum is by now, you may well have been living under a rock. And if you are in the UK, think about this. Ed Miliband is the biggest donkey alive when it comes to net zero, climate change. Andy Burnham is on the same page, as if not further down the track. He's another clown that's going to tell everybody that they can get by on fucking wind farms and solar power. But it's interesting how they'll talk to you about solar and green energy, yet they'll be busy spraying the skies over the UK. And again, you can call this tinfoil hat conspiracy theory stuff all you like. I'm fucking wide awake to all of it, so it makes no difference to me what you think, but it's something to think of on that side of things. I'll tell you about green energy in the UK, and then for the most part of the year, they're spraying shit over your head, because the British government, not the British government, the cult that controls the British government, have invested near on £60 million into some geoengineering projects. You can look this up for yourself. They've invested around 60 million to try and dim the sun, to try and block the sun out over the UK. Now, you put a map of the world out in front of you on a table. Look how fucking tiny the UK is in comparison to the rest of the world. Yet they're investing 60 million of your taxpayer money into this fucking stupid agenda to block the sun over pokey little Great Britain on the face of the earth. So just have a think about that. And if you think somebody else coming into office is going to change anything, you're probably wrong. That's part of the reason, one of the reasons I've been so desperate to get out of the UK in recent years, because I've seen this lunacy going on for the past 6 or 7 years, since the COVID scam. And since then, I've banged on about stuff. I've been down all the rabbit holes. I've seen everything I need to see. I've openly spoke about it on my social media platforms. Often I've been ridiculed and laughed at. Some people do the same when it comes to looking at this. And that's fine, because I know what I know. My perspective is my perspective. And where the country is going in the foreseeable, or in the very near future, is not looking too good. And you could say the foreseeable future, because until there's some mass revolt on the British Isles, I'm afraid it's going to continue down the track it's going. And that's why we're on an adventure. That's a big reason why we've come on this adventure, to get away from it. Because being totally honest, I wouldn't say my mental health declined, but more often than not, I'd find myself down the fucking rabbit holes. Morning. I'd find myself down the rabbit holes and rattling myself, getting angry, getting wound up, getting pissed off, and feeling like I was one of the only people that cared about it. And like I said, that's why we're on an adventure now. Just to part of the reason is to get away from all the nonsense that's going on back in England, which is sad, because I am a patriotic Englishman. I've said this before on previous videos. I've got the shit tats to prove it. All right, so it's not because I hate England. It's not necessarily because I hate the people there. It's because I hate what is happening to the country and not too many people seem to ask about it, although I feel like there is a bit of an awakening going on. I just don't think there's enough people that are willing to take a big enough stand and put two fingers up to the clowns that are front of house trying to tell us how we should live, how many more taxes we should pay, and all the rest of it. So a little bit of a rant for you this morning after my workout, and a nice 5k run, decent pace, 100 press ups, 100 squats, and I'll be back at the apartment probably just in time for the kids getting up. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you all again soon.